Greetings. We're going to have a look at the book Les Peintres de l'Égypte ancienne, which means the painters of ancient Egypt. This time we're going to page 43. We have this beautiful painting. The first thing you can do is compare the skin tone with the it might be linen, but with the clothing. Oh, as a matter of fact, I did not even notice. Do you see this? Now, these dots here makes it look like it was a necklace. And we can see that the painter has put it in the front just to make sure that we can see it all. Because if somebody is wearing a necklace, if that is one, then this left arm should be in the forefront. But the arm is behind it. Just like those arms, like I've been saying so many times. We see this arm further than that one, but it's really at the same level. And for those who take the classes, I've shown you at least two artifacts where we can see this position of praise or adoration. Arrête, tu peux pas crier comme ça. This position of praise or adoration, and the two arms are at the same level. So we do have the ujat, and this is the neb symbol, and those are the two reliefs. I mean, this is a relief here, and so another one there. Okay, so there are a few glyphs that we have been through before. Now, here you have an example of how we can tell what was written, even though we don't see the glyphs completely. Now, this indeed looks like the arm, but we have the arm with the cone of bread in the palm of the hand, the arm without any cone of bread. This looks like the loaf of bread. And here we can tell this is a seated person, and we have the feather. So it is safe to presume, it's safe to say that here we have Maat written. Now, this stands for head. You can look up the meaning of it. This is a hieroglyph, the single stroke or the stroke. Now, here we have Iret written down. This is Ib. Here it looks like the red crown, which, just like the ripple water, is a uniliteral. Now, this glyph you have to know it, brothers and sisters. This is the vulture with the phonetic complement, which is placed at the front in order to save space, so it all fits within the invisible block or invisible square. And I have also shown you some artifacts from the Louvre Museum where we can see what could be labeled a sketch. We can see the actual squares, the actual blocks that the scribes will use early on in their training when they are practicing. And after a while, their skills improve and they don't need that anymore. So this is a suffix pronoun, and by the shape of it, you can tell which animal it is. All right, so it goes together with this. Once again, this is a suffix pronoun. Now, here we don't see it completely, but this is a phonetic complement, and we have the exact same thing here. So we know that this is a word for the negative. Now, here we have the word ipet with a determinative that I cannot distinguish too well. I've seen those, it looks like the grain, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm wondering if this is a swallow. Chances are it may be because of the phonetic complement. This, I presume, may be a suffix pronoun. It looks like the Gardner sign is reference A1. Here you have A, because we have the phonetic complement. So we have this word, which can have many different meanings. I think this is a suffix pronoun again here. Hold on. Well, I cannot tell what this is here. Now, this is a very simple word that appears very often in formulas. That's the papyrus roll, which serves as a determinative most of the time. So, the horned viper might be a suffix pronoun. Most likely, we have the word that is translated as netherworld in English. We know that the star can have two different meanings, but we have the phonetic complement, so it helps us to know which meaning it is here. And that's about it. Quite a good rundown. There are some museums not far from where you reside with a significant amount of artifacts from ancient Egypt. Feel free to go over there. Look at the artifacts, and you will be surprised how many glyphs you manage to read. And keep on practicing. And tell the people that you know who are into the Medu Neter that we deal with it on this channel on a regular basis, even though people are more interested in the juicy stuff. But I've been dealing with it for many years. I've been going to many different countries in order to document the artifacts in museums. And I have plenty artifacts from museums. But in the meantime, I'm going to deal with things like this. And then later on, hopefully, we'll have more people. There's a brother now, I don't have his name off the top of my head, but he actually wrote some translation with the transliteration, and it's quite impressive. Quite impressive, you see. So it may look difficult at first, but trust me, the grammar is very precise. Now, for those who are interested in learning the Medu Neter, I'm giving classes. It's only $10 for a 1 hour private class. Some people do charge up to $50, others up to $60 for a 1 hour class. So it is very affordable. It is not an obligation to learn the Medu Neter. It's up to how you feel. I mean, some people are into raping and they use the Bible as a justification, and they get promoted on the channels who deal with conscious mess. To each his own. Like I told you, in that book right there, by this PhD, it says that this person has recently passed away. He's been put in work for many, many, many years. The punishment for rape was castration. But now when people rape, they are congratulated, invited, and supported. And those people have the nerve to bear ecumenic names and invite people like that. It's the world upside down. But their world is only a world of messy people. So stay safe, stay healthy. Please stay away from Butler Reggie, who has no problem with the convicted rapists, pedophiles, and child molesters. Dr. Ben would have never been cool with people like that. Stay safe, stay healthy. If I'm allowed to by the Necheru, I will definitely holler back at you. If you, I don't argue, I state facts. If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. Do I to do a Necheru, me das pim das pautep.